On today's show, we're talking about Browns free agent targets that could somewhat fill the void of Myles Garrett as he is now in that Rams jersey. This looks so weird. I can't get past this. But anyways, you're watching the Browns Report presented by Prize Picks, hence the Prize Picks merch I got on today. And before we dive into the list of free agents that are still out there for the Browns, we are in a sub-battle with the Rams channel here at Chat Sports. Coincidentally, Jackson, that's the host of our Rams channel, challenges me today because all of a sudden the Rams channel has gained more subs than the Browns channel to start the week. We cannot lose to those Rams fans, Browns fans. I need you to show up, show out, hit that subscriber button. Hopefully we can win this trade as well, but I really want to win this battle on and off the field against the Rams. So the number one free agent target for the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to list Joey Bosa. I think of all the edges that are free agents right now, Bosa is not only the best one, but the one that makes the most sense in terms of getting talent onto the roster immediately to be impactful in that defensive line without Myles. I mean, 6'5", 280. Also, they're saying bring Joey home, okay? College, Ohio State, everybody knows that, and he was a defensive rookie of the year at one point, okay? Also, something you see from Joey Bosa last year, his speed and power ability, it's still there on tape. A lot of ESPN analysts saying that as well, right? Keeps that high energy, makes stops later in the down. I mean, he's a talented football player with the drive and the want to. Some accomplishments in Bosa's career include being the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2016. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. He led the NFL in forced fumbles last year. Just last year in 2025. He's got a knack for punching that ball out, and he has 77 career sacks. So obviously he's seen success in this league. It's not the same player he was right in his rookie year, in his prime, but he still is an effective player, an impactful speed to power edge rusher who is 30 years old right now. Does he have some injury history? Minor injury history, but besides people getting on him about that, he did play 15 regular season games in 2025, okay, at age 30. So Joey Bosa, if you're talking about just straight up getting a player to replace Myles for the time being, Bosa would make the most sense for Cleveland. And Spotrac has his market value set around $13.7 million annually. Has not been signed at all yet, so maybe the market's not as big for him and you can negotiate. But even so, the Browns could afford that, believe it or not. Look at the Browns cap situation from the Myles Garrett trade, right? How does that affect our cap space? Well, before Myles Garrett was moved, right, entering yesterday, the Browns had about $18 million in cap space. By trading Myles, they save an additional $8 million. So do that math. That's $26 million in cap space theoretically the Browns would have. Now, something we didn't talk about is the dead money, the dead cap hit that Myles leaves behind for Cleveland. So because this is post-June 1st, they're able to split it up into 2 different years. It is a $41 million dead cap hit, though. $15 million of that will be 2026, and the remaining will be in 2027. So the Browns do have to be careful with all that dead money, right? It's not necessarily directly affecting the cap space, but it is going to limit the amount of spending you can do, okay, because the NFL has a salary cap of $300 million. So Cleveland's got to be careful with the dead money that is accumulating. They probably can't be big spenders. But I do think because of the cap space they have, they could sign one more free agent, and Bosa would make the most sense to me. You tell me in the comment section. How does that sound? Should the Browns sign Joey Bosa? Type S for sign, type D for don't. Get a letter in the comment section to let me know what you would do if you're Andrew Berry right now. Sign Joey Bosa, S or D. We got more Browns free agents targets coming up, so don't miss the rest of the list. All edge rushers that could somewhat fill that void for the time being. But let's give a special shout-out to our good friends and today's sponsor. That is Prize Picks. It's the place to go if you love daily fantasy sports. Player picks on fire right now as playoff basketball gets going, and there's no better place to cash in while you watch sports than with Prize Picks. With the social feeds feature, you could share Prize Picks lineups with your friends and copy them with a single click. That includes my lineup, producer Ethan's lineups. You can follow us on Prize Picks. My username is JoeyOD1. Tail my picks and see them before I post them on the show, or make your own if you don't trust mine. But Prize Picks has an awesome deal right now where you could pick Jalen Brunson to score more than half a point. It's a max discount. And what I love to do when PrizePicks puts out a max discount is I pick my favorite player pick on PrizePicks, which for me in these playoffs, it's Stephon Castle to score more than 11.5 points, and I could double my money just like that. $25 lineup. The payout's $50 if Brunson scores 1 point and Castle scores 12. That is the lineup, folks. App's so easy to use. Pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. New user offer. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code HMA, and you get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Link is in the comment section and description of today's video. That is code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Let's get to free agent target number 2 here. We're going to throw Cam Jordan on the list. I'd say talent-wise, these might be 2 of the top edge rushers available in NFL free agency. And those are the names you're going to hear the most right now. Joey Bosa and Cam Jordan being linked to the Cleveland Browns to try and fill that void. Fox Sports had already listed Bosa as a connection for the Browns, but Cam Jordan comes in at number 2. So who is Cam Jordan? If you guys haven't heard the name before, but I imagine all of you have. I know we've got a lot of ball knowers watching this channel right now, and he's a guy that has been dominant in this league at the position and is almost ageless. You talk about longevity, Cameron Jordan's got it at 6'4", 287. He does turn 37 years old in July, though, but because of that, maybe that's why his market value is a lot lower than it is Joey Bosa's, right? Spotrac's got Cam Jordan listed at $6.7 million, coincidentally. Look at the numbers for Cam Jordan in 2025. He had 10.5 sacks. It was looking like prime Cam Jordan out there. Not to mention the 2 forced fumbles, the 15 quarterback hits, 47 tackles, 15 of those were for loss in all 17 games played in 2025 for Cam Jordan. Okay, so there is a market for him. I wonder if he's more fit for a contending team, though. Right? Thing is, if Myles Garrett doesn't fit our timeline, according to Andrew Barry and just the decisions that were made the other day, well, how would Cam Jordan fit, right? If Myles is 30, Cam Jordan's 37. He's going to be this year. So I'll say this. It would be a very cheap solution that would have that impact for a year. I mean, like I said, a guy had 10.5 sacks last year, okay? At age 36, 37, that's remarkable, and we know what he can do. We know that. I think the other point about Cam Jordan and Bosa specifically, be a great edge mentor for Jared Verse, who's young and in Cleveland right now for the time being, for years to come at 25 years old, up-and-coming edge rusher who Jared Verse is a pressure machine. We want you to just get the guys on the ground now, get more sacks, okay? But he's always in the face of the quarterback. Someone like Cam Jordan, Joey Bosa would be perfect for Jared Verse right now. So that's why I like the idea. Cam Jordan, as I said, a cheaper option as well, could be a solution for 1 year, a 1-year deal. That is why I put him on the list at number 2. Let's get to A.J. Epenesa, who comes in at 3. And some of you might say, whoa, wait a second. Hold on, Joe. I thought we tried to sign him. If you're a ball knower for the Cleveland Browns, you know that we did try to sign him, funny enough. But here's what happened and went down with that. Essentially, the Browns had a deal in place to sign A.J. Epenesa pending his physical. And he was a perfect fit for him. I see why the Browns wanted to sign Epenesa and actually agreed to pending the physical because he's an impactful player. He's 27 years old, and he would be very cheap. You know what the deal was? They had signed A.J. Epenesa to a deal worth up to only $5 million. So it was perfect for the Browns' timeline, similar to Jared Verse in a way. He would have been a perfect fit. And you look at the numbers for A.J. Epenesa over the past 4 seasons, he has made an impact, especially generating sacks, right? 6 sacks, 6+ sacks, 3 years in a row. Last year, only 2.5, but had 29 tackles and was a part of that Buffalo pass rush. And so, unfortunately, this signing did not go through because Cleveland was not comfortable with his physical. But it fits the mold of the player of what Cleveland is trying to sign here at the edge position, younger with some pop. And maybe this can be an in-season signing. There were no details on why the physical failed, quote-unquote, in Cleveland. So perhaps this is something that Epenesa can get healed, and then Cleveland could be like, all right, hey, we'll sign you now if that's how it works. We'll see. This could be an in-season signing by chance. Finally, I just thought I would have to do this man justice. Von Miller is a free agent. Did you know that, ladies and gentlemen, that Von Miller is still out there? And Similar to what I said about Jordan and Bosa being able to be mentors for our youngins, Von Miller would be a great one, Super Bowl MVP, to come in here and do that. But also, he's still balling. Okay, maybe not like he was like years ago in Denver, but the dude had 9 sacks last year, 36 pressures, played all 17 games for Washington. Okay, the fact that Von Miller is still out there is something that I don't think we should ignore if you're a team that wants to replace a guy like Myles Garrett, right? So figure Von Miller is available, but what I start to see from the pattern of the Browns is the Browns seem to be ignoring the top edges due to age concerns. And why I say that is not only was A.J. Epenesa one of the youngest edges out there, so was Janarius Robinson, who Mary Kay reported visited the Browns and worked out for them. Okay, 6'5", 260. Numbers not that fantastic last year as the better guys, but he is one of the younger options. And Mary Kay says the Browns have been looking for edge depth. Okay, so Epenesa and Robinson, believe it or not, Robinson 28 years old, those are two of the youngest available edges out there right now. So it seems like Cleveland is trying to go that way. But again, that was all before Myles was traded, the young edge depth. Now that he's out of there, I feel like you need someone who can not only, one, be a vet in the room, but two, still give you that production. And that's why I lean more towards a guy like Bosa. But Cleveland, before this trade, was looking at the younger guys who don't have as much production. See if that changes after the trade. Let me know in the comments section one player, one free agent you want the Browns to go out and sign. Let me know down below one free agent you want in Cleveland next year. Could be one of the 4 that I listed on today's show, Bosa, Jordan, Epenesa, or Von Miller. But if you got your own, let me know in that comment section one player you want the Browns to sign now. And that will do it for today's Browns Report episode, guys. Appreciate you so much for tuning into the show. I've been your host, Joey O'Donohue. Make sure you subscribe to the Browns Report if you haven't already. I got more videos coming for you later today and every single day after that. Go Browns.